All right, everyone's here on time for a change. Color to be surprised.
Right? We threw enough chonkless for them to get the point.
They are here and they're ready to get things started. Right. First band, first mon on our chopping block will be Psyduck coming from No Sweat. At this point, I don't know. I don't think bands really matter at this point. They just kind of want to ban bonds that are just annoying to deal with. And Psyduck and Charizard, why they fit that description. So just get it out of here.
No birds.
No birds. If they ban Zapdos, that would be hilarious. I actually want them to ban Zapdos. No Wiggly either. That is an interesting choice. I don't think they're looking at for. Yeah, it couldn't be. That'd be insane. They're gonna ban Typhlosion. That mon got recently boosted in the recent patch. Eruption does more damage, so they just don't want to put up with it. Neither will they put up with Blissey. That is a ban I always respect. That mon ruins this game. I don't like it. Tell me in the comments how you feel about that mon. Tell me how you really feel. While you're in there, tell me how you feel about the Rayquaza objective. I know you guys don't like it either. You guys
wait until next week.
That evil objective. Speaking of objectives, we got the Form Honored Man, and his objective is to go in there with submission and grab somebody. Grab them and make him squeal. What? A mon like Clef and Clef and Blastoise might make that difficult. At least put some good damage up. Supporting their team. Metagross, I want to see more Metagross as another mon that's been recently patched. Its ultimate is now hindrance resistant. That was a big problem with it before. Its ultimate would always get stuffed out.
Pikachu, the buff. Ooh, both Pikachu. Not both Pikachus, but you know what I mean.
They could absolutely get away with a Pikachu and a Raichu. Pikachu's been buffed up.
Honestly.
They've essentially reverted all the nerfs that they gave to Pikachu. It's all been reverted. So Pikachu's back to like what it was before. But Grant is an excellent choice. Grant is actually a stronger choice in my opinion. It does have the gap closing ability, which is very well coveted. You're not running a speedster, you want something to kind of fulfill that role. And Greenwich is a good mid-range attacker to boot. Two more choices coming from No Sweat. We're going to have Espeon, as I've been learning, is a wonderful mage. This mon is actually really good.
You just picked up Espeon?
Yeah. There's so many attackers, so slowly but surely I'll get them all under my belt.
Literally one of the main secure attackers. What?
Keep in mind, I used to play defenders, so like I've been learning a whole new role.
Yeah, still throwing a chocolate at you.
And I'm told to start with Espeon. I just kind of been winging it.
Oh, they chose for alligator.
Wait. Oh yeah, that thing is legal. What does this thing even do? I don't even know yet.
Honestly. I'm excited.
It just runs at you with Waterfall and wants to bite you with one of 3 flavors. Pretty much.
Another Garchomp.
Checking out the chat. Hey man, I love the highlights. Hey man, I love that you're being here on time with the rest of us. Hey, welcome. This is great. We'll be making more quote-unquote highlights for the league. I would like to make an outro. We just need more highlights. So we'll get on that soon enough. And then you guys have something to look forward to at the end of each stream. So that will be dope. What's up, Dora? How you doing? Welcome to the league. We got more We got a match right here. You said there was a crash, or was
I gotta pause.
Yeah, you just pause it. It happens. Best not to take things too personally. These things happen. These games are made by people, and people aren't perfect. So you just gotta take it with a grain of salt. We get to spend more time together. That's all that means. It's fine. It's fine. More time to talk about these comms looking head to head. I will say they're pretty evenly matched. Looking at Abyss Order's team, I almost said Garchomp. That Feraligatr might be a problem That is a huge unknown for me. I haven't been able to play too much ladder recently. So I'm very interested to see what it will do. It is an all-arounder. I want to see how effective it is at showing presence during the game state. Rest of the mons I am familiar with, though. I do see Cinderace on the team for, or our orange team here, or No Sweat. Cinderace is a very good mon that could just duel anybody, so we're gonna have a tough time actually like honing in on Cinderace. It's able to play its space very well. I will say one more thing for No Sweat. They might be a little lacking in the damage department. Just a little bit. Cinderace is going to be like the main damage dealer. So other than that, they're going to have to really rely on Cinderace to do a lot of good A-presses and having the champ taking a good chunk out of their like life with its ultimate. All right, let's get started here. Once again, everyone's back. Loaded back in. Crash didn't take too long. Pretty nice. Up at the top, we're going to have Clefairy and Totodile. Just look at that run animation. It looks so adorable. I'd always wish it would do like the Totodile like Happy Feet like animation from the anime. That'd be like cool. But they'll be going up against Machop and Alcremie. This Totodile wants its stacks. They pop the X speed and now it's out of there. Towards the bottom, however, we're going to have Snorlax and Espeon going up against the Pikachu, soon to be Raichu, and Squirtle. Snorlax is taking a bit of a breather to get some of its health back up. Espeon wants to get to level 4, which it will very shortly. Back at the top, the junglers are about done. Heading up over, getting ready to fight for the 850 farm. Totodile overextending a bit, paying the price. Cinderace reboot, getting the easy KO. Now they're at the advantage here, numbers-wise. They're going to be doing a 3-2 split for both teams, 3 up top and 2 at the bottom. 850 has arrived. Machop's going to have a good Karate Chop secure here. Experience pretty much split, but most of it went towards No Sweat. Gonna have our Greninja friend trying to get some center farm. That is important. All of the experience counts. Down goes Squirtle, not yet a War Turtle. Looks like because our friend Espeon was down here, that's gonna be easy to secure with Psyshock. Psyshock's such a good move. Oh my goodness. Especially when paired with Psybeam. Oh my goodness. Psybeam is so clutch. And it's another Psyshock and a heavy slam. Looking at it now, Psybeam with a heavy slam Snorlax is going to be a good combination. Ow, that is a pump right there. KO. Down goes Pikachu, and down goes Squirtle. That bottom lane is a wraps right now. Big early advantage, and it's going well up top, too. This Totodile's not a Croconaut just yet. That is going to be basically 59 points right there. That pad is almost gone. This is tough. I believe if purple team's in this situation, they're going to have to kind of give up a lane here to try to reclaim some advantage. Or this Greninja's going to have to go really far in. Oh my goodness! That was unreactable. That poor guy didn't stand a chance with that setup. That's the power of Majoke with submission and an eject button. He just dashes on in there, just cross chop, submission, grabs, the rest of the team follows up. That happened like in less than a second.
Yup.
You can't react to that. Oh my goodness. Oh, they're about to get this Regieleki. They already broke tier 1, and they're going to walk it down. They have a lot of options here. They can keep walking it down up top. They can go to the center farm. They can head to bottom. Bottom lane is A-okay. This Machoke's about to become a Machamp. They're going to take care of this Clefable. We have a Feraligatr, but he can't do much here. It's a 3v1. He got erased. Checking out the bottom here. That is a good block. Trying to get a score in. No, he's trying to just create some space. He's already level 9. Wonderful pacing for the Snorlax. There is the gravity. What? That's not gonna be enough. A massive ult from Cinderace and a cleanup from Machamp. That's gonna be an easy score here, 34 over cap. And another submission, Suplex City KO, a quad for Machamp. Running it down. Here comes a level 7 Fraligator. I don't know what it's doing back over here. Dying, that's what it's actually doing. That's another KO. More stacks, more points, more farm, more levels. This is getting out of hand already as we're in the mid game. There's gonna be no farm left for our boys in blue over here. Taking another look at the bottom. Snorlax is retreating back. They're trying to make a big play for bottom here, but No Sweat is here for the clapback. Down goes Cluff once again. I like the target priority. Take care of the support first. One of the lifebloods of the team. Next is the defender, as they're trying to get the rest of the team out of there. But now that they're out, there's no one left to protect the rest of the team, the rest of the back line. And it just repeats. We're just going to come through their jungle and see what anything is around. There's another Heli Slam. There's a Dollop. Just controlling all the space. Fraligator's just trying to get whatever stacks it can and then just base back when it's done. All right, scores 24 to 352. And yeah, if it gets to like, if they get to 500 points, if No Sweat gets to 500 points before the objective shows up, it's going to be very bad news. That's basically game over. There's no rallying from there. They're going to get this Regieleki and he's going to walk towards the center. And you don't want to be in this position. If that Regieleki actually walks in, then like it's pretty much game over at this point already in the game. And if you do stop it, then it's not going to be without sacrifice. You're going to sacrifice farm. You're going to sacrifice some teammates for it. Either way, it's not good. Oh my goodness, another combination.
Jeez, all the pads are almost down.
Yep. Yep, there's that wall, but...
Oh, champ, you ulted the wall.
Yeah, that will happen, but he's in a position where he can afford a mistake like that. He's going to have to bail, though. He doesn't want to get up with any experience.
I was like, were the Mongolians threatening your wall?
Pretty much. Now goes Fraligator once again.
Break that. Impersonate that.
Looking at this composition one more time, I really appreciating the Cinderace choice. Purple team really wants to engage. The Biz Order wants to engage. They have a bunch of mons for it. They have the Fraligator. They have the Greninja. They have the Blastoise. This composition wants to go in and get something started, but their main target would be either the Cinderace or the Espeon. Cinderace being the main target, providing the most value. But Cinderace has the tools to like sustain itself. It has mobility. It has intangibility. And it has very good damage. It wants to duel you. It can absolutely do it. So it can counteract some of this dive that this team has, that its team's being centered around. And he's waiting in the back. Snorlax about to get out of there. Has the block to play its life. That block shield is no joke. There is another waterfall Fraligator getting caught out. But Champ always ever present, always ready to back up its team. And that is a, yep. That Greninja got squeezed so hard it blew up into candy. That is another Regieleki, not that they need it. And this is the checkmate scenario.
Blastoise is down.
Can you rip it? Well, you don't have a front line anymore. Do you stop it? Well, if you do that, then the rest of the team will perish, like they are right now.
I'll get it down.
There is another ult from Machamp and an eject. That is a cleanup, double, triple KO. And it walked in. So it's like, while you guys handle that, I'm just going to rip the objective. Just get it off the board. And that's pretty much a wrap up for game one. Adios. Early game's important. Early game's very important. I will say, up at the top lane, it was pretty much competitive in early game. Bottom lane, it started to fall apart a little bit, but you don't want to... In bottom lane, you had Espeon and Snorlax. You don't want to give them an early lead in any sort of way, because they'll scale properly. Espeon's an early scaler, and it's just gonna be feeding back into the quote-unquote later scaling Snorlax, which is just they're both setup bonds. And both the setup bombs are ready early. That's gonna be disastrous for your team. This part here is just the formality. But Champ's gonna be able to get away from this. Going for another slam. There's the waterfall, but there is another Machamp ult. Get off me! The game is already over. We have reached the point of no return.
They gotta do math. They gotta hit the 1K. Let them.
they've reached the threshold of bus ass. 1,000 and counting.
It's like, ooh, Raichu has 29 points. Get him.
Honestly, this game should put in a mercy ruling. If you reach 1,000 points, you automatically win.
You have no idea how many teams would try that. Just score comp.
Yes, that would be a cool win condition. You reach 1,000, you auto win.
That's the rule. You have to do it through hard work.
Well, these stats are going to be very interesting. Final score is a 120 to too much to even count, 1,052. Let's check out these details page. Yep, only one kill to their name. Yeah, that sounds about right. Gotta have Zayd Khaled.
I will say Alolan did 100K with no kills. That's impressive. You can tell they were fighting.
Oh yeah, he did get that. But that was probably mostly on Snorlax, who just like doesn't care. Who's just eating his way out of it. Yep. A lot of damage on not quite the right target. So yeah, Brunson with 132K. Machamp, if Machamp reaches triple digits damage-wise, then like, I don't think you win that game. Machamp shouldn't be reaching that number. It's Machamp. Oh my goodness. That means he was hitting everybody constantly. And he's the MVP too. 89 overall rating, 17 KOs, 14 assists. Incredibly dominant. Incredibly dominant. I can't wait for game 2. Cannot wait. Let's see. This order's going to have to make some major adjustments. They're going to have to really focusing on winning these lanes. Or at the very least, breaking even. You cannot let any team get any sort of lead. They will snowball it as hard as possible. They will play that advantage. No Sweat Gaming is known for this. Taking a look at the Discord here. Yeah, we're just waiting for the pick and map. We're going to see what everyone wants to play, and yeah, let's take it. Let's give them a second. Let them reset their mental. It was a bit of a stomp. Hey, it happens. But once they collect their thoughts, I want to see what they're going to try to draft. But in terms of bans, honestly, that they should just ban the champ. I would like to see a Machamp ban. Blastoise might have been a little bit too much, but if they do that, then just more mons that could do something similar are just available. Yeah, Fear Mode definitely favors the teams that are more versatile with several mon picks. So if you can hold out when you reach the later rounds, then like you'll just be out on top, which does happen in Fear Mode if it goes the distance. That's one of the benefits. That is one of the benefits, absolutely. Another thing I would like to see from, let's see, Purple Team, which was not No Sweat. What was the name? It was, always missing these guys. There you go, best order. I would like to see them do a 4-man push up top for the 850 farm that shows up. They need to like win a lane, like immediately. They need to win something. Yeah, they needed to they need to come up with a strategy because what happened at bottom? that Espion's just playing for 4, and Psyshock is like incredible at level 4, like that early into the game. It's gonna steamroll like secures very easily. At the bottom, they had Raichu and Squirtle. That's and they were going up against Espeon and Snorlax before like the contested farm showed up. That's a mismatch. So like you have to account for that. You have to like kind of cut your losses. Like, hey, we're not gonna really win bottom lane. Let's just cut our losses and send somebody up top so we can like win that. Up at the top lane at the beginning, they broke pretty much even. It was very competitive. If they got an advantage up there, they could have really had something there. Except what happened was at the top they broke even, but at the bottom like they got steamrolled. So and like that's when the balance was broken. The balance was broken that early, and like the rest of the game followed suit. That's how important the early game is. It bleeds into the mid game, which bleeds into the late game. Early game is super important. You can't ignore it. So like drafting good mons, and not only good mons, like compatible mons with like strong tools like secures or displacement or mobility, that all matters. You can't ignore it. The stronger teams will have that on lock. It's not enough just to put like a bunch of good mons together. They have to be compatible. And that comes with understanding their tools. So hopefully Abyss Order makes that adjustment. We will see. No Sweat already has that down packed, which is cool. So yeah, we will set that up. Looks like, oh yeah, for the options, check the custom rules. Not all the mons were unlocked for some reason or another. I don't know why it's like that. That's, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's an oversight. That didn't used to be that way, so. Yeah. Something definitely happened there. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely, definitely, definitely. While everyone's resetting real quick, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. All right, we're back. Back again once again. Getting the same bands as before. Gonna have Snorlax. We're gonna have Snorlax. That's new. That's a good choice. I agree with that one wholeheartedly. This order should absolutely ban Edmond along with Machamp. So on top of
yeah,
that,
like that's a loss if you don't.
Yeah, on top of that,
save your second pick.
Yeah, same bans as before for No Sweat. Except this time they're gonna ban Moltres themselves. This order is still gonna ban Articuno, and let's see that last ban. Nothing. Oh boy, I hope it's not a crash. Please, oh please, oh please. Well, if it crashes, they'll complain about it, so we just gotta move forward. They'll be taking Machamp once again. That is interesting.
First choice. They're like,
Machamp is a core part of this team's dynamic. We're gonna take it in stride. Thank you very much. You fools. This time they have an Umbreon. Oh, that is interesting. I do like that choice. Lock down somebody. Someone's gonna get it. Someone's going to pay. Is this a mean look or is this a foul play? Looks like No Sweat's gonna switch it up a little bit. They're gonna be taking a Mamoswine. Hey, you took Snorlax. Hey, there's plenty of good defenders that fulfill his role wonderfully. I'm gonna take Mamoswine. Mamoswine is an excellent laner. Along with Pikachu, another excellent laner. That's the bottom lane right there. That's gonna be hard to beat. That's gonna be very hard to beat. Oh my goodness. Buffed up E-Ball, excellent secure, Mamoswine, excellent bulk. You gotta pick someone good.
Also could take SP away from them. Oh, never mind.
That's true, but I don't think they're gonna do Espeon and Pikachu. It's a bit much. Bit of an overlap.
No, I meant on alone on
Oh, as in like an early scale.
Yeah,
I can see that. But it might not be in their repertoire. That's also something we gotta remember. Character pools are an important feature, so they just might not have everybody with the jobs.
3 fear modes. You guys should learn how to have a repertoire by now.
Yeah, man. If honestly, if you just focus on let's say you're in the attack role, for example, if you just focus on picking one attacker a week, you'll see some really good progress very soon. You gotta get more tools, man.
Where you're like, oh, I'm just gonna pick it and see how it goes in a match, and then it ends up good because I have so much pressure on myself that I just outperform.
Yeah. But for the rest of us humans,
okay, sorry,
we can do the other thing.
No.
For the rest of us humans, we'll do that other thing I suggested.
Like that one random Venusaur game where I only had 20 games on Venusaur and I got 13 kills.
This one.
Beaming.
Straight beaming. Well, 3 attackers, 3 different categories. Well, I think that Nintel's going to do Liquidation. That Decidueye is going to go Spirit Shackle. Or it could do the other thing. It could do the cool thing. It can do Razor Leaf. That means you don't want to be in front of him for very long, no matter who you are. On paper, Leafeon should have a good time, but I know better. He won't have a good time. He's going to get murdered by 3 attackers who are going to be on top of each other. Watch this. All right. Wait, hold on. Pause it. Oh, boy. Hold on. People aren't moving. That's not a good sign.
I got pinged. I got pinged.
Ah, yes. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Of course. Let me guess. They're Switch 1 users, aren't they? They are Switch 1 users. Filthy Switch 1 users. How dare! How dare? Go have a lemonade stand, I don't know. Figure something out. Well, I think we're allowed to resume now. Let's get back to this. All right. Well, all time like the present, we're gonna have Buzzwole heading up with Chansey. They're gonna be going up against Chop. And Pikachu's actually up here. Interesting. At the bottom should be Intel. All right. This works out. Pikachu works in any lane. He's gonna be enhancing his partner. But Chop has a good secure with Karate Chop. They just need to play life. They're gonna focus on this Buzzwole first. Buzzwole already has to eject. Chansey also has the X speed. That's gonna be very pivotal for Decidueye coming up in the center. They are gonna have a tough time. They actually did get the KO over there on Buzzwole. Good stuff here. At the bottom, we're gonna check it out. That is an Umbreon. I believe it's Mean Look. I want to say so. We're gonna have. Oh, okay. We're gonna have Mamo head up to the top. They have a Leafeon they're going up against. They're gonna need all the help they can get. Leafeon's trying to get some progress here. He went into that. The mad lad. Leafeon doesn't want to stay there. He's taking a lot of damage. He's getting outranged. All right. See, No Sweat sends some help. They recognize, hey, Leafeon's the jungler. He's stronger than all of us individually. We're gonna need all the help we can get. And look who got. Look at that. Now they're set up properly. Now they don't need as much help. Now they're in the position to help themselves. And they're gonna keep going with that. He's gonna think, oh, Leafeon's like, oh, all right, I died, it happens. I'm just gonna go back to my jungle. It's gonna be okay. Nah, your jungle is mine. Hold that, son. All right, he got his buff. He played his life. Good stuff to Leafeon. Love to see it. Well, luckily, Intel has Water Gun as a secure. That is a saving grace on lane, so it can potentially out-secure. It is keeping up in levels. It's level 6 already. It's keeping up in a 2v1. That is wonderful to see. Back at the top, Leafeon's running amok. But that is the cross-chop submission. I'm telling you that Leafeon's not going to have a good time. He's not going to have a good time. All those mons, especially the attackers, they have anti-dive tools. They have tools. They can handle themselves. Back at the top, Pikachu holding it down. Level 7 already. But Chop's going to need to eat a berry. He's looking starved. There is the... Yep, it is Thunder Volt Tackle. There is another grab with Thunder. Volt Tackle submission. You're stun locked. You can't play the game. No playing the game. Get your levels, Machamp. Become the champion that you always meant to be. At the bottom, yep, Liquidation, and there is a Spirit Shackle. Good choices, and a Snipe. Down goes Miraidon. All right. Checking out chat for a second here. All the avatars are Gen 1 and 2 for you guys' information. All right, but Miraidon is here. On top of the Decidueye, that was just inevitably going to happen. The important thing is to get as much value as you can before you get KO'd. Pikachu almost at level 9 here. That is going to be another dimension to the team fighting. They're going to have to really put up with Volt Tackle ulting Pikachu, which is going to be hitting everybody. All right. The Champ's going to try to push in the Regieleki up top, but at the bottom is going to be a team fight. Yep, looks like Buzzwole couldn't get a handle on anybody. Gonna pay a price to another Volt Tackle. And here's the other beautiful part. Pikachu ulted. He's gonna get even more cooldown reduction. Volt Tackling every like 3 seconds. That's gonna be huge. That T1 finally goes down.
We got a Mamo.
They have a Mamo online. And ahead of schedule. Let's take a look at the champ. Oh yeah.
The champ's just being nice and
the champ is just being the champ. Back up, Machamp. That is a bad matchup, even though you're 3 levels ahead. That is a bad matchup, my guy. You gotta get out of there. You see, Pikachu doesn't care about speedsters. He has a Volt Tackle. He's gonna need some help. There's a Snipe. There's a Snipe. KO! Get off my friend. I'm telling you, that Leafeon's not gonna have a good time.
Right here, right here.
KO! He karate chopped an egg and it cracked. Hiya! Suplex. And Snipe, somebody else. All right. Well, No Sweat once again taking firm control of this game in game number 2. Looking like a repeat of game one. Looking at the score, 46 to 292. A huge Machamp ult. Massive. Massive. Oh, looks like they're going to be able to score this one. That Thunder's chasing the Pikachu. He's going to get it off the pad. There is another Ice Fang into Suplex, into Volt Tackle, into Leafeon ult, into a Whiffed Ice Fang, into a Thunderbolt, into an unnecessary Blissey ult. Another Ice Fang. Bring him here. This is the loving embrace comp. Ice Fang into the submission into the Volt Tackle. More. Give me more. A bit of a miss on Emer. They missed out on math, but at this point, who cares?
Right?
Who really cares at this point? They're just taking all the fun. Vault Tackle, hands off, Ice Fang, submission, Thunder, ult. No. he cross-chopped him through his ult and then got a... Oh, wow. How'd he do that?
He literally swatted the fly.
He's a fly swatter. Leafeon can't do anything, so if Leafeon can't do anything to 3 attackers, then like Leafeon's not a character at the moment. Unfortunate. It's not enough to like, oh, they have 3 attackers. I'm gonna pick a speedster. That's not like that's not thorough enough. You need to be more precise. You need to have more of a game plan. Cause look at what each of them are doing. Look at that. Have fun trying to catch Pikachu. Who's gonna be stunning you first? They have to overextend so hard to get any value, but like that's the name of the game. They did get some picks. They did get some levels. That's how it starts. Uh-oh. He wants that ult. He wants that KO. Sorry. He's gonna have it. Another Ice Fang. Hey, what are you doing here? Be gone. They scored bottom pad so many times and like they didn't break it. That's how dire the situation's in. Machamp, level 14 Machamp. Oh no. That scaling is gonna be hardcore. Alright, so here's the thing. There's 3 attackers. They cannot afford to not be at the final objective this point. But that also extends to like them individually, that you cannot be isolated against that team. You cannot be isolated. There it is. There it is. There's a sequence. There, you can't be isolated. You get killed. Down goes Buzzwole. All right, you're not gonna be here. Fine, I'm gonna rip it. You want to come in? Hey, we got. Oh, you're here. You're isolated. You KO. You're by yourself.
Get to him.
Sorry, can't do that. You can't do that. Hey, who's that? You're isolated again. KO! Double KO! Try again! Oh boy. Oh no, not another 1,000 game threshold. Please, no! Please! So, are we gonna ban Machamp this time?
Right, like...
Are we gonna ban him? Please. Please ban him. Final score 136 to 798 and counting. They surrendered early, so we don't know quite where it was gonna end. Looking at the details here. Well, they got more KOs this time around. Literally 6 times the amount, but like that still doesn't really matter. Zayd Khaled, once again the MVP. Machamp, hint hint. 17 KOs, hint hint. 89 overall rating. Looking at the battle data. 72,000 damage. Once again, if Machamp is like your lead damage dealer in any reality, you gotta ban that thing. Once again, that means he's providing super value. He's hitting literally everyone efficiently and living.
Like, these hands are E for everyone. Come
I
on.
got 4 hands for a reason. I will save the world with these arms. All right, I will like to point out there wasn't a final ban on the team of Abyss Order. I wonder if they were planning on banning Machamp. We'll never know. They didn't say anything about it, so They would have reset it if they said something that's in the rights to do so, said so in the rules, but nothing was communicated, so we just moved on. Anyway, we're gonna have to move on to game number 3. And if this continues, No Soda will absolutely be the champions of the set. They are definitely the favorite to win at the moment. Stay tuned, we will be right back.
Right, close it. Say it. You're white. You're not white. All right, they're ready. Are you ready?
Yeah, should be ready. All right, we're here for game 3, and statistically, very likely the last game of the set. I don't know, I just call it how I see it. Checking out these bans.
Ban the Machamp, guys.
Please ban it. I mean, it's not gonna solve all their problems, but it's a start. First ban, all right, cool. They're gonna ban Machamp, and someone even more incredible is gonna show up. Watch. Just watch. All right, they don't like the Articuno. I mean, I get it, but Articuno's not that big of a deal. You have to just play around it. Vultures, I understand as a ban. That mon is obnoxious. He just keeps living. They banned Surfetch too. I do appreciate the insight. Are we gonna finally see Typhlosion? Nope, not in this lifetime. Damn it. Snorlax is back on the menu. They'll take it in stride. We're gonna go with a Mammo, and yep, there's Typhlosion. All right, let's go. Typhlosion's role still kind of confused me. Like, what is it trying to do exactly as an attacker? What does it hope to achieve? I mean, it can throw Eruption, but
it's like Sonic the Hedgehog, but with fire and magma.
Yeah, the thing with the fire and magma, it's just, it doesn't just pick random people within the range, or is there like a logic to it? That's what I'm still trying to figure out.
It's whoever enters the range. Yeah, are you talking about his ultimate?
No, I'm talking about his. I'm talking about Eruption. Like, what is it trying to accomplish with Eruption? Because if you want to focus on a target, it doesn't really do that. It hits whoever's in the range.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it doesn't do that. It's more of like a CC comp type of. It's like Neji from Naruto, where he like spins and it doesn't like hit. One person hits all of them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but like you're referring to rotation. Rotation's like at a spot and it's like denying like attacks. I don't know what it's doing. It's not that, I can tell you that much. It kind of like wants to just hit like everyone on the team and just like be mobile enough to keep doing that. I guess that's its ultimate goal. Just keep hitting everybody. Yeah, but when it ults, it is pretty nice. It just ults and just goes in on you, and you're like, oh my god, please get off me. All right. Taking a look at these compositions for a second. Looks like No Sweat's going for something a little bit more balanced this time around. They're going to be really relying on that Latios to get set up, so I'd imagine it's going to be the jungler. It is a good investment. It is a ranged mon, but it can be outranged, so I do like the Inteleon choice. The issue with the Inteleon choice, if it's running Snipe Shot, assuming it's running Snipe Shot, it can be body blocked. You have the Snorlax, you have the Alcremie, there's bodies in front of Latios, ideally. There will be bodies. So it might be tough to get that Snipe Shot to outrange that Latios. But it's not going to be the only one after it. You have Lucario, it has that gap closing capability, especially when it mega evolves. It's going to be able to hit multiple targets. It'll be single target otherwise. Have Vaporeon, but I imagine this Vaporeon is more on the supporting side due to the potion. It's probably going to be running Muddy Water and Aqua Ring, even though it has the choice to run Flip Turn and Hydro Pump, which is personally my favorite moveset. And it has Typhlosion, so they have gap closing tools. It comes down to how well they use it. But they're gonna have to get through Snorlax and Buzzwole first with an Espeon that's probably gonna be running Psyshock and Psybeam, studying them for it. We shall see. Towards bottom side, we're gonna have the Sobble going with the Vaporeon. The Water Mons are heading towards the bottom. Center will be the Typhlosion. Up at the top, we're gonna have Lucario and Mamoswine. Mamoswine usually see him at the bottom, but he's going to be at the top. Probably slowing down the stacking that this Buzzwole wants to do with this Alcremie. Good choice. Latios, as we suspected, will be the jungler. And over at the bottom, we're going to have Snorlax and Espeon. So yeah, both these Eevees, they want their level 4. Whoever gets it first is going to have a nice big lead. Snorlax is here, trying to box it out. There is both secures going for no sweat. They're very good at getting their early game secures. They understand you get the secures, you're going to be in the lead here. Snorlax doing a good job of distracting the other mons. There is the Psyshock, it's online. Taking a look at, wait, hold on. Before that, Lotus is here at the bottom. He's here for stacks. He needs these stacks. Yeah, he
saw that Snorlax and he was like, come here.
I need stacks right now. Nothing else matters. But taking a look at the top for a moment. Wait, wrong button. We're going to have this one.
I love stacking Latino. Get it.
All right. Mamoswine was KO'd, so went back. It looks like Abyss Order. Yeah, it looks like Abyss Order kind of won. I wouldn't say they won top. They kind of broke even. But they definitely won bottom. This Latios is level 6. Snorlax is actually invading right now. Whoa. Hold on. Why is that one shot? Who left that there? Oh, no. This is how it starts. This is how it's been going. They're keeping that Vaporeon underleveled. Psyshock is now back up for another secure. He got it once again. Heavy Slam. Get off of him. You're getting no value here. Proc the potion and try to save its life. And another Psyshock Psywave combination. This has been the lifeblood for No Sweat. They're just winning bottom lane so convincingly. And it just snowballs from there. Latios heading towards the top. He needs more stacks. In bit of a danger here. There is a telekinesis, more. That should be 3 meteors. Has at least 25 stacks. Mammal's not level 5 yet. This isn't good news. All right, everyone is reconvened for the top for 720. Oh yeah, this Lotus is playing on the front when it needs to be. Honestly, if I'm Abyss Order, I would give up top. You have no advantage to fight with. You're just feeding the Latios. You do not want to be feeding this mon this early. Make it wait for its stacks. It has 4 meteors, so that has at least 50 stacks. Well, it's coming in to interrupt. Doesn't prevent the level 7, but he's here just to be a distraction here. Get some vision for his team. He missed a target that wasn't moving, but we're not going to draw attention to it. We're just going to get ready for bigger and better things. And it walked. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Just freely.
It just walked in. Freely. That's not good.
Y'all have 0 points. Why'd you let her walk in?
You guys must maintain your focus. This can still be salvaged. You just got to be playing clean. Typhlosion has its ultimate. That can be something. That was a bit of a mistake there. I think the order of sequence was incorrect for the Typhlosion, and its ult's already over.
It was.
You ult, you move in with Flame Wheel, and then you do Eruption.
I saw the pause. They're like, oh, I think I messed up.
Yep. SPM with the 12 gauge Psyshock, sorry. Oh yeah. This is looking like a lot like game 1 and 2. Oh boy. Well, it's not over until it's over. What? Well, what can Abyss Order do at this point? They really have to start by grouping up. Bustle with a big pickup. Just running through their flux zone. They're not strong enough to fight them. Here comes Lucario. Can't do much by it on its own. His team is here to back it up. He's missing some key moves here. Yep, Lucario's not much of a threat when Mega Evolved if you just avoid its moves so it doesn't get any resets. Alright, the game state has slowed down a bit. Abyss Order trying to figure out what to do next. They're mostly in their jungle, Trying to make sure that their team is the one that gets these secures. No Sweat being wise enough to their ploy is going to move in to try to deny some levels. This is how you play your advantage. If you want farm, it won't be without cost. They have secured Regieleki once again and will be walking up towards their tier 2 for more pressure. There's more levels for No Sweat. The guys are going to do top. Well, we're just going to do with bottom. Easy score. We're going to score no matter what. That's a broken bottom pad. Snorlax moving towards the top is like, hey, they're going to try to push this. I got to stall for the team. Buswell ulting in. Yep. Taking out the defender. There comes the Meteors. Alcremie ulting in. Keeping the team's health up. Forcing a retreat from Abyss Order. Buswell's not stopping. He got an ult out of Lucario. Lucario will be able to get that back if he can farm up a bit. Buswell getting KO'd. I suspect for ult charge. Mambo's gonna be ulting in. At this point, you just gotta get some value back wherever you can, so I do agree with the ult. Get some levels back. Alright. Well, they got some clap back here, but nothing substantial. They have a lot of farm on their side of the map. That is the benefit to being in this position. The farm will spawn on your side. That is by design. Well, Typhlosion was by itself. Didn't try to score bottom right away. Kind of got caught out. You can't afford to be isolated against this team. They play as a unit. Snorlax over here controlling space and getting some vision. And it's 2:15. It's almost time for Kyogre. Perhaps the final objective of the set. And oh my god, he's got his meteors.
Yeah, they just like posted him on the wall. They're like, here you go.
Yeah, posterized. Well, it's time to fight here. Well, that's just keeping people out. They have the advantage here. They don't have to rip it. The score is 0-350. So far, quote unquote, they've played a perfect game. Everything has gone in their favor. Uh-oh. Snorlax is actually pushing in. He got someone I have very isolated. Oh yeah. That's easy eats. Get him out of here. Bustle going in a bit by himself with the Alcremie. That's going to be a KO. Someone's going to be ulting in. Down goes Bustle. That's going to be a heavy cost, but right into the Draco Meteor. Yeah, right where Latios wants him.
Bad idea.
Bad idea. You can't group up. Latios is a mage after all. He loves it when teams group up.
Yep.
Oh, yep. That guy has been identified. Intel has been identified. He has revealed his position, and he will be dealt with swiftly. Vaporeon trying to do something, moving around, waiting for his team to respawn, reconvene. Time is ticking. I think this game is over at this point. They don't have enough time to fight them, rip, and secure, and then score. That's not in the cards anymore. Lucario realizing it, going to go for a backhand, but that is the first amount of points you've scored all game. That is not good enough.
Oh no. Vaporeon's down. Rock ammo.
At this point, No Sweat just gets to go score. You guys can have the objective. Lucario realizing this a bit too late. Yep. That is a wrap for game number 3. Well, at least they got the objective. Oi, 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 88-6, 4-6. That has been another convincing win for No Sweat. Congratulations to these guys. Checking out the battle data and the details one more time. MVP this time around will be Naldi. 8 KOs, 15 assists, 89 overall rating. It was being a good support for the team, getting levels. It was really there to enhance the Snorlax. That was the real point of Espeon. It gets its levels early. It excels early. Gets its Psyshock. Gets its secures when Snorlax is nearby. So it can scale Snorlax. So it could be a good bruiser and a good engager for its team later. Good plan. Espeon is so good for that. It's a support in disguise. Do not be fooled. That mon is a support. Looking at the battle data over here, and yep, that has a lot of damage. Why does Zayd always have so much damage dealt as an all-arounder? He is standing on business.
He's standing on business.
He's standing on business.
I've been liking his performance.
Hello.
Hello. Oh yeah, it is interview time. Oh yeah, let's talk about it. So congratulations once again to you guys. You guys have done a fantastic job. Let's talk about game one here. What was you guys' mindset going into game one? Were you guys trying to like any new mons out, or you're just trying to just reinforce things you already know? What's going on there?
We banned Ultras because that mon's broken.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember the first game. Was that the Cinderace game?
That was the Cinderace game, yes, correct.
Yeah, that game went great. Like, my teammates did a great job. Shout out to the Machamp, bro. The Machamp is the reason everything was so easy.
Yes, he simplifies the game state very greatly. Agreed.
So, we just worked as a team, and it was great. And yeah.
All right.
How did you feel about the match?
I enjoyed it. I was a huge fan of the Cinderace pick. A lot of people are sleeping on this mon, but like that mon like loves to duel you. You always try to like people like underestimate it, like, oh, it's an attacker, it's a squishy. If you just rush it, it will die. No, Cinderace can fight back if you do that. And you look like a fool.
It does a lot of damage.
It does a lot of damage.
It
has a lot of survivability.
Like late game, if you get Cinderace, you just got to get there. If you get there, and then if you're alive the whole time, they can't really do much.
Yes.
So shout out to my team for they peeled me. I think I got Leafy on ulted, and he just instantly got submissioned, and he died. And I was like, wow, phenomenal.
Great, yeah. You just have to live. And he has the tools to do it. He absolutely has the tools to do so. Moving on to, pivoting onto game two real quick. I really like the composition you guys had. You guys had the Machamp. You guys used Pikachu. Love Pikachu. You guys also have the Mamoswine. And, like, the engagement was a combination of, like, Volt Tackle, Submission, and Ice Fang. And it was just a death ball. Let's talk about that real quick. Was that, like, impromptu? Was that planned? What's going on there?
I think if I remember correctly, like, if you looked at both of the team comps, like, we could play together front to back. Like, the game is pretty simple. The reason why front to back is so good is, like, it allows for very little, like, mistakes. Like, if you just play it correctly, the game will kind of play itself. So, what's kind of perspective with that one, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Worry about the front, and then work your way to the back and generate some advantage, and then, like, everything just kind of falls into place. You don't even really have to comment that hard. It just falls into place. That is a solid game plan. And you guys scored, like, a bunch. You guys scored over 1,000, I believe, in game two. Ridiculous.
No. I think
was that game 1?
And then game 2 they forfeited right away, and we didn't get to burn up the score for the fans.
Yeah, ridiculous. And game 3 pretty much follows suit. A common theme between all 3 games is like you guys were just super dominant in bottom lane. All 3 games. Getting that last beyond to level 4, so we could just out-secure everything with Side Shock right away to enhance the defender that was there. Usually the Snorlax. Is that like a foundation for your team? Those 2 mons?
Yeah, it's kind of basically. But like bot lane is great because they work together really, really well. Like all stuns phenomenally, and as long as they get ahead, like it makes the game a lot easier for the rest of us. So they do a great job. Great communication. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then I was really shocked in the 3rd game they didn't pick a speedster. Like they picked Intel, like their last pick.
Intel was their first pick, I believe, actually.
Oh, it picked something last where I thought they were gonna pick a speedster to dive.
Yeah, to deal with the Latios because like Latios is like the crux of the team, so they're like you have to deal with it. I thought they're gonna pick like another ranged mon to deal with it because like Intel is a good choice, but like I think like but it could get Slapshot can get body blocked. So like in my mind, I think like a Venusaur, like a Spirit Shackle Decidueye would be like a better choice because it could just hit through everybody. But they probably didn't see that way, or they probably didn't have like bonds for that. So here's what it is.
Yeah, it's a tough game. All you gotta do is have a lot of picks, and then you can flexible like your matchups and stuff like that. But if you're limited on picks, it's tough because you can be really good at it, but like matchups are still there.
Matchups are still there for a reason. So yeah, if you're not like really respecting the matchups, you just have to be like that much better, which is like that's asking for too much for a lot of people. So like it's important to have matchups. Like the real wonderful part about like getting a lot of picks under your belt and having a lot of like bond diversity is to like really expand like how you view the game. Like you view the game like expands greatly. You get to consider more things and like more strategies. So that is the entire thesis of Fear Week. That is the entire mission statement. It's for that purpose. So hopefully people catch on to that and have more mods in their pocket.
Yeah, because next week is Rayquaza.
That dumb objective.
What do you mean it's a dumb objective? You can win and not deserve to win, flip it, and you win.
You just win instantly. It's mindless. So yeah, well, congratulations once again to No Sweat. Thank you for coming in for the interview. Much appreciated. This will be posted on Jigs2_Unite on the various platforms. You guys already know the dealio. Look forward to see you guys play in the future. You guys be easy. You guys be good to each other. You guys have a good night. Bye, chat.
Thanks for casting.
Of course. Can't wait to see you guys in playoffs.
This is my first game, so we're doing great.
Doing great.
All right, GG. Thanks for casting. Blah blah blah. You know how it is.
All right.
Have a good night.
Adios.